Super interesting to me. Hey, how y'all doing out there? How y'all feel? Remember, an educated public cannot be controlled. Learn to be active. The views and events expressed here are totally whacked and are not necessarily the views of anyone. Um, the name of this show today is The Power of Grifting. The Power of Grifting. It's a lot of that in the news, definitely. I'm going to talk about it later, but the idea of basically sensationalizing people, sensationalizing people to a certain end, like attempting to accomplish something. They have an agenda. It's basically like having a side agenda, but saying things that's going to get people all emotional when you don't even feel that way or whatever. You don't even think that way or whatever. You don't even care one way or another. You just want to get a desired effect. Therefore, you can accomplish a certain goal. So that's the thing, and that's what's happening. And I think that we're becoming more and more oblivious to this. One of the things is like, and then I think that the part that scares me is that I think that a lot of people don't even care one way or the other. They don't care. It's like what I noticed, like on the internet, stuff being shared that is clearly fake. Like, back when we had that video where the lady was trying to say McDonald's, she's saying that you have to feed all the kids and stuff, and it looked real, and it went viral. But some of them are just really good. Though that's an example of one that's really good. But I saw one just the other day where it was like the lady was stealing the guy's mail. If you guys watch the internet as much as I do, I don't know if I have the clip. The guy was stealing. The lady was stealing the guy's mail, like taking his boxes, talking about, it's a lot of boxes been coming here. There's something going on or whatever. Basically acting like a Karen or whatever. And then he kind of like took the box from her, and then she falls down and like, you killed me, like being extra completely over the top. Like you could clearly tell that it was staged and it was acting and it was not real, you know? But I see a lot of prominent pages too that are sharing this post as if it was real, but it's clearly not. So, but that's what I mean. This is what's happening with related to the topic of grifting. So it's okay when it's an internet, when it's a TikTok or Instagram reel, and it's just somebody pretending to be a Karen, whatever. The impact that that's having on society, is not as terminal as if you had a person in politics doing it, or a person that wasn't necessarily a politician, but somebody who knew politics enough to be able to grift the people who are interested in these topics, basically. So this person has to be educated enough on the topic to be able to say the right things that are going to sensationalize the audience, the intended audience. And they also have to be intelligent enough to get the desired outcome that they wish. There's something inherently sinister with it, being that these people feel like they're smarter than you. Okay? They feel like you're stupid. So they feel like, I can just, tell this person this stuff, get them all sensationalized and emotional, and then after that I can manipulate them into a particular outcome that I want. It becomes like you become like Play-Doh. You become so easily manipulated once you've been stimulated in a certain way. Once you've been sensationalized in this certain way, you turn off your brain. You know what I'm saying? It's the fight or flight. And people talk about fear. So, like I say, this person, they say things and they get you all emotional, and then they guide you right into the little pocket of whatever they want you to guide you in. So that's the power of grifting. Okay. And its power lies in the fact that you don't know that it's happening. You know what I'm saying? You're not aware of it. You know, like I say, the video with the lady with the McDonald's, that was an example of doing it really well. So you can't blame everybody necessarily for being, taken for this. So that's the thing. People want to say that the people are stupid. Like I say, they think that you're stupid. So they but at the same time, when as a group collectively we don't have a system to deal with this, then therefore it's like we're asking to be taken advantage of. What I'm saying is, like, they shouldn't be able to just get on TV and lie. What's his name? From Alex Jones from InfoWars, his case is over. He's been in court for a minute on this Parkland shooting, and they're saying that he has to pay the victims' families. Okay, the parents of the victims from that shooting, he's gonna have to pay them. And then they said like $969 million or some shit, almost $1 billion. Does this guy have that much fucking money? Shh. I doubt it. I mean, I never looked at the numbers, but I'm just saying that's a lot of freaking money. That's it for him if he has to pay this. I'm sure he's gonna fight it. He's gonna figure out a way to not have to pay all of that. Because whatever amount of money it costs to fight that, it'll be worth it. It ain't gonna be more than $1 billion. So, but what my point is that, okay, so they're holding him accountable for not being honest with information, right? And it having a detrimental effect on these people, right? Enough to the fact that they should be awarded damages. Okay. So, okay, that I could say that's fair. I could say that's fair. All right. So, but what about when others do this same thing? Why is this guy getting basically scapegoated or singled out or made an example of? I'm not condoning what he did. What I'm saying is this lion thing is going on all over the place. It's rampant. It's rampant. Okay. So that's what I mean by the systems in place to be able to deal with this thing. They shouldn't be able to play a TV commercial and the commercial says this thing can do this, this, and this. And then you go buy that thing and that thing can't do two of the things that was on that list. That's fraud. So the same thing with, ideas related to politics, if you will. If they're frauding you, that should be fraud. So that should be illegal. We should have a system in place to deal with that. It's easy. I mean, as far as finding out if it's true, it's like, okay, they said in the commercial, it can do this, 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 and this. We go and look at the product and we'd be like, hey, guess what? Your product ain't standing up to your claims in your commercial. So we need you to tone it back a bit or whatever. We're going to fine you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. So what about people when they're talking shit and related to politics or whatever the hell is, if they're a politician or, I don't know, everybody has free speech, right? But what I'm saying is they need to be called out. You can actually fact check things. Like a fact checking has been a joke, but it can be done, right? It's like, but the thing is, right, that people don't want to agree on what the facts are, Damn, that's where we are now. You say it's an 8 and I say it's a 9. You say it's a 6 and I say it's a 9. No, it's not a 6, a 9, or an 8. It's an infinity symbol. Somebody over there. can we come to some general consensus on things so that we can determine what's actually real and what's not? Or are we just okay being lost in this mosh posh of what's real and fake, or what's true and what's not? If we're okay with that, then that's the reason why we continue to be exploited. Because if it becomes so difficult to determine what's actually true and what's not, then that creates an environment where people can be easily manipulated and taken advantage of, used and abused, and in the dark. Because it's such chaos that nobody can has time to slow down and look at one of the things that's going on to be able to say that this person wronged that person. It's so much wrong going on all over the place. It's just chaos. It's a cloud of smoke. Punches and legs coming out like the cartoons. Oh man, I don't know. I just, I feel a little bit better. I'm trying to get there. I'm going through it. I ain't gonna lie. Mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually. It's a challenge every day. Freaking Kanye West is losing it. Let's talk about him. Anyways, the grifting is rampant, and we need to be able to begin to attempt to realize when we're being grifted too. As long as we have this celebrity status of people, this way we look at people and we're like, they're better than others, or their opinion has more value than someone else's, and we idolize these people. We make them superstars, we elevate them really extremely highly over everyone, and then we don't even care if they're telling the truth. It's like, that's my guy, like it's whatever, that's my guy, so I don't care, like I'm rolling with him, I'm gonna roll with him. But so are you standing on your square when you're that way? Are you being real to yourself? Are you holding to your values? Are you standing on what you really believe in? Are you walking in your truth? Are you walking in the truth? That's what I ask you. Because if this guy is flipping around on those values that you hold strongly, and you still willing to ride with this guy, then you tripping. I think people listening might think that there's like one name in mind that I'm referring to, but that is not the case. Trust me. Trust me. All over the place. All over the place. It's not just politics. It's positions of leadership. People grift. They grift. You know, um, it's very lucrative. You get paid for this, okay? So your boss or the executive or whoever, they could be grifting the shit out of you, all of y'all. And then the thing is, you're in the meeting, and you're even in the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh, it's bullshit. But it's as they're so good at it, and they come in and they say the right things, and they get you all sensationalized, you forget about that thing that's in the back of your mind, and you didn't swallowed it, hook, line, and sinker. You didn't drunk the Kool-Aid. You hooked. And that's how they do it, and that's how they get you. And it's like winding up a doll, one of the wind up dolls. That's what they treat us like. They keep cranking it, cranking it, cranking it, cranking it, cranking it, and then they let it go. And then there we go. On about the business, on about the bay, on about the day. Work, 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 work. Take care of business, do this, that, do that, boop, 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 beep. Anyways.
I think that there was things that was trying to be done. There's some people who are on both sides of the fence that are on both